I didn't come from a business family. My parents were both in the medical field, and so I think they looked at my activities with a little curiosity. But I noticed I just like to do these entrepreneurial ventures to bring in a little more money, and it was fascinating to me that at the end of the day, I had a little more money in my pocket than at the beginning of the day, and it seemed creative to me to figure out how to create a product or service and satisfy a need and to relate to a customer. I think entrepreneurs can either be born or can be learned. I don't think if you're not haven't done entrepreneurial activities to date, I think it can be learned. But I think the thing you need a vision, and you need, coupled with that, a real drive and determination. So you have to have some vision of what you want to achieve, and then really have a lot of ambition and perseverance and energy to make that vision a reality. And then to really be able to hang in there and ride out the inevitable ups and downs that come along with any new venture. The first thing that's very important to me is a decentralized approach to business. So I really believe that business works better when you carve up a business into smaller, discrete units that have a focus, that have someone overseeing that business unit, and has the responsibility and all the resources they need to drive it forward. And so at Morningstar, we've cut up our large business into many smaller business units. So I really believe that a decentralized approach works better. It's akin to capitalism versus socialism. So socialism is a more centralized approach. Capitalism, many small businesses, I think works much better. So we try and have an environment that lets people do their best work. So it's a very flat hierarchy. We try and give people a lot of autonomy, often at a very young age. And we also try and not have a lot of Mickey Mouse policies or bureaucratic procedures. So for example, we say we don't really have an official vacation or sick day policy. We say if you're sick, stay home. If you need a vacation, take a vacation. We try and treat people as adults and not have that be just the province of the HR department. I have the same workstation as an entry-level employee. I have the same benefits as an entry-level employee. And I think what we're trying to do is send a message that we're all in this together, that there's not a lot of hierarchy. I never liked the idea of kind of the big head honcho in a big private office, and it just seemed very removed from me from the day-to-day. So I think part of my leadership style is never to ask somebody to do something I wouldn't do myself. And so it just seemed it would have been difficult for me if I have a big corner office to ask somebody else to we've got to save costs, and I've got this big office and you need to sit in a small little cubicle, and I think you have much more credibility as a leader if you're kind of sharing kind of the same situation as everyone else. We've tried to retain an entrepreneurial spirit throughout our organization. I think that's given us a competitive advantage, kind of a nimbleness, an ability to move quickly, to bring out products, to be responsive to our clients. So I think our roots as an entrepreneurial company, we've tried to maintain that, foster that, nurture that. And so even though we're much larger today, I still think of us as an entrepreneurial organization and myself as an entrepreneur. Learning how to run a business with a large non-U.S. component has been part of my evolution. Going public, becoming a public company CEO, learning about that. So I think what keeps me excited and challenged and engaged is learning new things and evolving my role. But it's changed very much from the early days when you used to say entrepreneurs might be control freaks or enmeshed in the operations. If you don't evolve, you're not going to grow as a company. So entrepreneurs really need to change how they operate if their organization is going to grow.